We set out to bikepack Portugal's coast, dreaming of sun-soaked miles and easy routes. But between challenging climbs, missing signs, and one very bad night in a hotel, this adventure took a few unexpected turns. You will also find out if it's a good idea to do such a tour in summer. The temperatures can reach up to 40 degrees Celsius. I was really excited to do this adventure together with Vivi. Here's a quick introduction.
Hi, I'm Vivian, I'm 21 years old and I'm from Lucerne and I'm here together with Jan on vacation in Portugal.
After 3 days of exploring Porto, it was a really nice feeling to finally start cycling. We rented our bikes from Go Cycling Portugal, which we can highly recommend. If you pay a little bit extra, they will even come and pick up your bike at the end of the tour, but we decided to bring them back ourselves. However, luckily this was just the beginning, so we were both curious about what lay ahead. I could hear the singing. It was really nice that we spent almost the entire morning close to the sea. It was the first time either of us had cycled along the coast. In the early afternoon we did a lunch break. It was really tasty. By the way, our plan was to cycle along the coast to Figueira da Foz and then end the trip in Coimbra. That's a distance of 200 kilometers, so I knew it would be much easier compared to my other bikepacking trips. It was a really beautiful spot to fly the drone, but I felt sorry for Vivi. One flight takes around 20 minutes, so she had to wait until I was finished. There wasn't even shade that would have made the waiting more comfortable, so it was a good thing that there were finally some trees. By the way, I have some good news that I will share later in this video. To know that I had a leg now with your pain. We made it to Furaduro, where we would spend the night. Since we were on the west coast, the sunset was incredibly beautiful. So far, we were both enjoying our vacation a lot. For dinner we ate calzone, the perfect meal after a day of cycling.
We had to search the right way. It is not so easy here. And the speaking also don't go.
We were cycling along the EuroVelo 1. The route starts at the top of Norway and ends in Portugal. The EuroVelo network is managed by the European Cyclists Federation, but each country is responsible for signs and route maintenance. That's why the quality of the markings can vary. So far it was not great. But overall, I really like the EuroVelo network as it offers 19 different routes. I believe in a God who loves me well, better than I can love myself, but I can't seem to make sense of grace.
We are here at the beach and we are looking now for food because I'm hungry.
I think then it's a really good idea to take a break now.
Hey!
Otherwise. There weren't many options, but there was a small beach bar where we ate a burger. It wasn't that much, but it gave us enough energy to keep going. At that point, it was not far anymore to Aveiro.
It's all waiting for you. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
We had to take a ferry to get to the other side. Then it was time to explore Aveiro. The city is very famous for its network of canals and colorful boats, so we started with a boat tour. Some people call it the Venice of Portugal, but I have to say that it doesn't come close to Venice. Aveiro is definitely a beautiful place, but Venice is just on another level. We were really happy to have a break from cycling. The next day it was time to continue. You could tell that the population density in our home country Switzerland is almost twice as high compared to Portugal. We enjoyed the untouched nature a lot.
Your eyes are the color of the sunflowers, so radiant, wild and free. And the world stops spinning, I lose track of all the hours. There's no place I'd rather be.
By the way, the water you can see in these clips is not the ocean, it's a canal called Canal de Mira. It's part of the Aveiro Lagoon, one of Portugal's largest coastal wetland areas. The canal was originally built to regulate water flow and prevent flooding, but today it's also a scenic route for cyclists and hikers. At that point, it was not far anymore to Praia de Mira, where we would spend the night.
I see forever when I look in your eyes. A love that is deeper than the blue in the sky. You are my...
Unfortunately, as you can see behind us, the waves are very big, so I think we will not be able to go into the sea, but luckily the hotel has a pool. The first impression of the Massarico Beach Hotel was quite good. However, Vivi saw many black dots on the wall, and when she had a closer look, she spotted a bedbug. After complaining, we got a new room, but also there we discovered something strange on the lampshade. Then we wanted to have a room on another floor. This one finally looked good. However, we even had to pay extra and my motivation was gone.
We hope that we finally find a room with any bed bugs, because I never want this again, because I had once a flat that had problems with bed bugs and...
Fortunately, we didn't have any problems with bed bugs during the night. Even though it was hot, we were actually quite lucky with the temperatures. The maximum we had was around 35 degrees Celsius. Someone told us that 1 week earlier the temperatures were up to 40 degrees. Probably July isn't the best time for cycling in Portugal, it might have been better to do it in autumn.
Been through the fire, been to the mountain top, drank from the well. We were becoming us through the joy and the pain and the fallen stars.
Wow, look at that! That's amazing! It was really nice to finally have a different landscape. So far, it had always been very flat, now it was time for the first uphill. The view during the uphill was breathtaking, but it was quite exhausting with the heat. It was also the first time I realized that these touring bikes don't have the right gears to ride a steep uphill section.
Your voice, don't hold it back. Say all the things you wanna. Say all the things you want. Just make some noise. Are you into that? Say anything you wanna. Say everything you wanna say.
This section was by far the most beautiful one of this trip. At that point we made it to Figueira da Foz, where we left the Atlantic behind us and turned inland. As we both really liked this tour, we might explore more of EuroVelo 1 in the future. And by the way, the good news I mentioned at the beginning is that I have an extended 38-minute version of this trip on my channel. Feel free to check it out.
Would I be the same if I go down? Am I the one to blame? Oh, what's the point in trying anyhow?
This vacation was amazing and passed way too quickly, but I would say that's always a very good sign.
I think that Coimbra is a very beautiful spot for ending this trip, and we'll do a little bit sightseeing today, this afternoon. And I also really liked this vacation, it was very beautiful.
Coimbra is a very beautiful city. It actually used to be the capital of Portugal. We visited the Botanic Garden and afterwards we went to the university. The University of Coimbra was founded in 1290. It's the oldest uni in Portugal and even one of the oldest in Europe. As it's located at the top of the hill, you have a fantastic view over the city. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next one.